Hi everyone. Today we will talk about the performance management system and how it is, implemented in manufacturing firm, especially in India. So to discuss that, we have Mr. P.K. Gupta, who has a very good exposure in human resources, especially in manufacturing companies. So he'll be the right person, I believe, to give us knowledge about it. So hi, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Govind. How are you?
Absolutely fine, sir. And good to have you again on our platform. And I hope that people and my audience will definitely gonna benefit from your experience you have right now.
Thank you.
Or for my to my audience, I would like to say that Mr. Gupta is currently working as a general manager in Texcorp Limited in Gurgaon in India, and he has been working with a lot of Indian multinationals, especially in manufacturing firms. So, sir, why don't you give a little more brief about yourself to our audience today?
Yeah, thank you, Govind. First of all, I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity of talking to you as well as my other fraternity members. And so, as far as my introduction is concerned, I would like to say that I'm PK Gupta, General Manager Human Resource, working with a company called Tex Corp Limited in Gurgaon. I have around 30 plus years experience of working in HR department in various companies. I started my career with Larsen and Tubro and then worked with companies like Godfrey Phillips, Rolla Tainers, Fenner Belts, Oswald Group Private Limited, and a couple of other companies. Most of the companies that I have worked with have been the manufacturing companies. So I have reasonably good exposure of the HR working in the manufacturing sector in India. And as far as this is about my brief introduction. And so you can go ahead with your questions, please.
Well, that's quite a rich experience, I believe, and hope that we will be getting something out of you from the experience today. As I said, this interview is all about how performance management system works in manufacturing companies. So I'm leaving on you where we want to start from. I want to understand for my audience how in India, what kind of performance management system we normally follow when it comes to manufacturing.
Yeah, I would, on this, I would like to inform you and share with you some of my experiences that, initially there used to be the appraisal process and the confidential reports it used to be called as earlier. The appraisal of the employees was not shared with them. So it was done by the next superior, and he was the person who could, write anything and appraise the person accordingly, according to his own choices. So it was closed kind of system. Now subsequently it got revised and improved upon, wherein it became more open, and the evaluation or the appraisal process was done in a interview situation kind of discussion between the appraisee as well as his boss. So the both will share with each other openly as to what are the strengths of the appraisee and what are its weaknesses, and also rate him about on various agreed parameters as to where how he has performed. So this process has gradually evolved, and the currently the system that is being followed in manufacturing sector is that in the beginning of the year, financial year, normally between say from April to March, 1st April to 31st March of the next year, which the financial year period is. So at the start of the financial year, there are certain KRAs, key result areas, which are agreed between the appraisee and the appraiser. So both of them at the beginning of the year they agree on certain key result areas, which are normally not the routine working. It is slightly more than the routine. Something extra the appraisee is supposed to perform during the year. So these parameters are agreed at the beginning of the year, and then on a quarterly basis, maybe on 3 months basis or 6 months basis, some in some companies it is annualized, and it is not discussed in between the year. So the appraisee and the appraiser, which means the boss and the subordinate, they sit together, they discuss about the achievements of the appraisee on various parameters, to what extent he has met his targets or achieved his targets, and to what extent others have not been reached, and what are the reasons for either achieving these parameters or not achieving the parameters. Both the factors are analyzed, and then these are further discussed with the next superior, the boss's boss.
All
So
right.
it is a three tier system that is being followed. Yeah, please.
All right. I think that was very much in detail, and I think I'm surprised to know that long back we used to have appraisal as a confidential report, because most of people like us who have started their career, not that long. We don't have, of course, 30 years of rich stuff, but I'm surprised to know that the appraisal system was supposed to be confidential long back.
Yeah.
Today the appraisal is one which is very open. So one thing I would like to know that, because uh, most of the employees still consider, when we talk about appraisal, most of the employees still consider appraisal as an increment. They straight away see it as an increment and nothing else. Do
Yeah.
you think you also have gone through this kind of impression with your when you were working with a lot of companies?
Yeah, you're right, Govind. Actually, what happens is that in India, the appraisals are generally looked at as something to do with the increments, promotions. Actually, it is to be understood as part of a larger process of performance management. Performance appraisal is part of the performance management process, which includes appraisals.
Correct.
So increments, it is when we talk about performance management, that generally that is to be understood like this, that every person who is performing on the job, he has to uh, he has to be given feedback, and he has to be counseled and told and explained that this is what you have done, this is what you have not done, and this is how you could perform better. So it's a way of rewarding as well as giving increments and promotions as well. But that is not the end of it. It has to be looked at as a part of the total performance management process, wherein the performance of an individual improves with the passage of time. So
All right.
it is not limited, its use is not limited only for granting increments and promotions, whereas generally you are right in saying that it is looked at like this only. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. And I believe most of us who are in HR profession now need to work and educate our employees that it is not basically only the increment and the percentage increase they get in their salary, but it is much more than this. And I think it is a time where they should discuss about their career progression. They should discuss about what they can expect from company and what company can expect from them. So I think a huge things, and we as HR professional need to put a lot of efforts to educate people about it, and so that they can get out from this impression today and tomorrow sometime. All right.
Yeah.
I would like to also ask that do you think that the kind of performance management system we are using here in manufacturing industry in India, do you think still there is some scope of improvement, and if yes, what could be that scope of improvement which you think should be there?
Yeah. Yeah. Scope of improvement is always there. And I would say that as far as, the a very important area which needs to be looked at and needs to be implemented is that, the clarity of work, clarity of expectations of the management from the employee, and the employee's expectations from the management.
Uh-huh, correct.
So, which means that the management must know what the person is supposed to do, And the person, when I said person, the employee also should know what the management is expecting from him to do. So
Mm-hmm.
there must be absolute clarity about what a person is supposed to do. The management also should be clear, and the employee should also be clear. Generally, I have found that this clarity is lacking. The people are working in certain amount of ambiguity, wherein they are not very clear about as to what management is expecting them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And management is also many times not exactly clear what they're expecting their employee to be doing.
All
So
right.
this KRA setting of KRAs, fixing objectives, putting targets helps in clarifying this matter. So it helps a lot when the goal is clear, when the targets are clear, the employee is able to perform better, and the management also is able to get better output in terms of better quality, better quantity. So you get more production, you get more productivity, you get better quality, and then the companies grow. When the companies grow, the employees grow. So this whole process has to be looked at in this manner.
Yeah, I think yes, yeah, you are absolutely right. That this is particular one of the area which is not in manufacturing. I believe most of the companies, whether it is in India or abroad, they face this kind of a problem. I think that's a very important point which you have brought to our notice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving your time to us and coming here and sharing your experience. And I'm hopeful that my audience would have got a lot of things from you, and we're also hopeful that you will continue sharing your knowledge and experience with us in future.
Sure. Thank you very much. And I again thank HR Success for giving me this opportunity, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Pleasure is mine, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.